Hello, and welcome to the stream. It's been a little while, almost a week since the last stream. I have been busy. We're starting at a bit of a weird place today. I was just out AFKing a bit at my sugar farm because I've run out of sugar shells. Only got about a stack though. I'm gonna have to come back here, but that is where we're starting. And I just noticed that my keybinds have been reset. That's always the most annoying thing to happen. I just need to change view the world map to U is what I usually use, and zoom on C. And then I hate being in the end. The end is one of the places that I'm just really scared of the void, to be honest, because I'm nearly invincible in... Like, Minecraft isn't a hard game. I'm not gonna die because of just some mobs. I've got full netherite armor and totems of undying, but the void is just absolutely ruthless. But yeah, let's get out of there. I think I'll just turn this down a little bit for lag purposes. But yeah, it's been a little while, almost a week since the last stream. I have been very busy. Been having fun in real life. But now we are back and we're taking on quite the project today. Last stream, we collected 25,000 sand. Today, we're doing the same, but with gravel. That is the plan. I've prepared, as you can see, 8 just absurd shovels. And I think we should probably just repair these two. There's no reason to go back and... Yeah, as you can see, the reason I actually went to get some more sugar boxes. I need to clear out all of this glass, and I hadn't any shulker boxes to put it in. There we go. I really don't want to go back and forth between the gravel biome. It's quite a bit away to go back and repair these shovels or make new shovels like I did last time. I'd like to just mine gravel. See how much gravel we can mine today. I think it took about 1.5 hours to get 25,000 sand, so gravel probably gonna be a little bit slower, I'd say, because yeah, gravel desert is just such an easy biome to mine in. I feel like a gravel biome is just a little bit less dense, I feel like. I don't know if that makes any sense, but let's see how long it takes to get 25,000 gravel. The reason I'm doing this is all because of my next project. So now we've got 10 god shovels. That should be quite a help. Let's go. I think I've got a portal to the gravel biome. I very much think so. I feel like... Yeah, I think it's this because that's gravel. I feel like I would put gravel around it to indicate that that's the gravel biome. I forgot to do this last time, but I'm gonna check how much gravel I have mined in this world before I start. We're also gonna do a nice time lapse. Now, where have I started already? I have started down there. Shall we just continue there? Nah, let's go over here. That looks like a better place to mine gravel. Just more flat. So why don't we place down all of these shulker boxes? And this one as well. And let's just keep a few in our inventory. And now, let's check the statistics. We have mined 11,300 gravel. Let's just write that down. 11,307 gravel. So we're gonna need to get 34,000 before this is over. Let's start the recording. And start mining gravel. Let's just turn this a little bit down. Let's do the blocks. Yeah, it's a satisfying sound, but it can also be a little bit distracting. Yeah, because you see, like, here the gravel is only 1 or 2 blocks high, while maybe this is also a bad spot I have picked. But in the desert, sand is like 4 blocks high, which makes it just a lot easier to get large quantities. I fear this won't be as satisfying as the sand. It just doesn't feel as satisfying. Okay, now this is lower. This is much better. Again, last time we figured out 15 shulker boxes. That's 25,000. I need to fill 15 shulker boxes. I don't actually need 25,000. I needed 25,000 sand. But I don't need 25,000 gravel. That's just... It's a nice number, isn't it? It's a nice number to shoot for. Also, the reason I'm doing this, many people have asked me, why don't you just build a tuber? Build a gravel tuber. It's just... I feel like Minecraft is a sandbox game and you play it the way you want to, but I have just chosen, even though it's possible, I don't want, and it's quite easy to build, I don't really want to do blocks. I feel like you have to make a line for yourself. I'm fine with people who dupe sand and gravel. It's your choice, but just where is the line? Like, if you do gravel, I'm sure I don't know a lot about this in the recent versions, but I'm sure there's still some like normal duping bugs out there. If you dupe sand and gravel, why not just dupe diamonds and stuff? What's the difference really? Like, that it's easier to dupe, and you can also make the same argument for TNT duping, which I have chosen in my world at least, that I'm fine with that. So yeah, I feel like you kind of have to draw an arbitrary line, because at some point you can just play creative, basically. If you dupe everything. And I have drawn my line at the point that I don't want to dupe gravel and sand, because I don't want to dupe anything basically that I can get in my inventory. Duping TNT is different because it's duping entities, and I also feel like if I didn't do TNT dupers, so many farms would just not be accessible to me, which would, I feel, limit my creativity, so to say, in many ways, because much of the content I do is making farms. So yeah, that would feel limiting, while I don't feel... This is just part of Minecraft. I don't feel limited by... For example, I know Mugswamp in his super flat world. He dupes gravel, and that makes a lot of sense because, well, you can't get gravel any other way. You can say the same for TNT dupers. Well, why not just dispense TNT? But yeah, again, you have to draw an arbitrary line. There isn't much sense to it if you really think about it. I try to bring sense to it, in that, oh, it's because it's entities and this is blocks, but really it's just, it's a much more emotional line than logical. Ooh. Emeralds, I'll just leave that actually, then I can collect them at the end. We've almost filled one shulker box in about, I believe we've been digging for just about 5 minutes. Maybe a little more. I don't know. Not too long anyway. It's pretty fast. I also I need to get started on the next video. The next video of the one, that's the one we're preparing for right now. Building the Axolotl Sanctuary is what I'm calling it right now. The giant castle building around the farm. Which we're gonna need a bunch of blocks, but I haven't started really recording or editing it, so yeah, it's actually meant to go out this Saturday, if I'm keeping my upload schedule. But who likes an upload schedule anyway? Upload schedule goes right out the window. Yeah, that's just not gonna be possible. Maybe next Saturday, depending on how busy I am this week. Hello Metamine, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? We are just mining gravel. That's the plan for this whole stream. Just grinding. I've just started. We started at 11,000 gravel, and now we are almost at 14,000. So nearly 3,000 gravel mined. I'm doing it to collect resources for my next project, though I don't really... Let's see, how much do I actually need? I only need 3,000 gravel. But 25,000 is a nice number. I did the same for sand. I dug 25,000 sand last week. And I enjoyed that, so now I'm just doing the same for gravel. I kind of enjoy big resource gathering in Minecraft. It's a relaxing part of the game, I feel like. This is why I play survival, not just creative. But yeah, we're trying to gather all this for the next project. Which is building a giant castle for my blue axolotl. Which I collected in last week's stream. Or basically building a giant castle for blue axolotl on an island. And we need sand and gravel to build this island. So that's why I'm collecting gravel, basically. Thank you, I'm glad you enjoyed them. I really appreciate that. Yeah, the next video is gonna be building a castle, or decorating the blue axolotl farm. And building like a place for the blue axolotl to live. And that's what we're collecting resources for today. So just trying to clear out this entire gravel biome. Making a pretty good start already. I wonder how much... Maybe that's a question. How much gravel is actually in an entire gravel biome? I think like somewhere between 200,000 and 300,000 gravel. I'm from Denmark, Metamind. That's 2 shulker boxes done. 2 out of 15. That might actually be a dumb video idea. Mining out an entire gravel biome just to find out how much gravel there is. How much gravel do you get from an entire gravel biome? How much sand do you get from an entire desert? Doesn't that sound fun? $100,000, you reckon? Yeah, you might be right. This bit here... Let's see how much we're on. 15. This bit here is about 4,000. So to be honest, it isn't that big. I mined 25,000 sand in my desert last week. And that was, yeah, pretty big area of the desert. I think there's a lot more sand in a desert than there's gravel in a gravel biome. Desert is just bigger. So I'd say 100,000 is probably a pretty good guess. We'll see how much of the biome we've dug out at the end of this stream. After 25,000. If that's about a quarter, then you're probably spot on. I have now played 1617 days in this world, which honestly isn't that much. It's a lot of playtime. I have 15 days played, which is a lot for a single world, but considering I've played in this world for 3 years now, nearly. This says 2 years in the title, but 3 years this December. That's the anniversary. I don't think 1600 is that much, but I haven't really been grinding in those 3 years. I feel like I'm playing a lot more recently. It was like only a month ago that I had like 1400, so probably gonna go up quite a bit. I'm glad I put Silk Touch on all my shovels. Otherwise I'd just be ending up with 10,000 flint instead of gravel. I wish there was another use for flint, to be honest. I feel like you accumulate so much in a world. And there isn't like any uses other than this flint and steel. It would be cool if you could place it like a pebble on the ground, like a small stone. I claim that idea. Give flint another use. Make pebbles in Minecraft. Mojang, hire me already, please. Do you play servers? I play a bit of Hypixel now and then. That's mostly it, to be honest. I played on Hypixel for... I believe I joined Hypixel for the first time in 2014. That's crazy, honestly. I played on Hypixel for 14 years. That's the main. I don't play on servers that much anymore, but I used to play quite a bit of like Skywars and Bed Wars on Hypixel. But mostly just single player. On this hardcore world. Yeah, I've been playing Minecraft for a very long time. Most of my life. I'm gonna have to be very careful not to break my shovel. I almost did that last stream. Break this netherite shovel. I did break one of the diamond ones, but I'm not as attached to that as I am this netherite shovel. This netherite shovel has been with me for a very long time. I don't want to break it. I'm gonna have to be very observant. Oh, that's 3 shulker boxes. Let's go collect some more. Let's grab 5. Oh, you're playing Bedrock. Are the servers as good in Bedrock as they are in Java? I don't really know much about Bedrock servers. Never really played Bedrock myself. It's just... yeah, I played Java my whole life. Can't get used to the Bedrock mechanics. Though I wish Java was as optimized as Bedrock. I'd also like to... You need to leave? Alright, well, it was fun having you here. I appreciate you joining the stream. Hopefully I'll see you again in another stream. Have a good night. I would like to maybe do some like multiplayer content at some point. I feel like that's just the natural way to go for Minecraft YouTuber content. To just branch out a bit. It gets a bit lonely just doing single player. I really like doing single player stuff, but yeah, stuff like Lifesteal, that's just a lot of fun playing on servers. I have a Discord link in the description where I update about live streams and you get a notification when I go live. If you want to be notified, you can join that. I don't really have a good schedule for live streaming yet, but I'm trying to make one. But if you want updates, you can join that. Alright, bye. Let's see how far we are. 7,000. Nearly a third in just over 20 minutes. I can nearly do 25,000 gravel an hour. That's quite fast, to be honest. That's also something about like gravel dupers. Just it's so fast just to collect manually. I just feel like you don't really need gravel dupers. Like just an hour of this 15 shulker boxes. 15 shulker boxes of gravel is so much. I can use that for like a lot of projects. I remember on like servers like Hermitcraft, people selling gravel. I wonder what the rates were, because I've always thought in shops that most shops you can just get diamonds by mining a lot faster than selling stuff. But something as tedious as this, you might be able to make pretty good rates. I remember Grian had the barge in Hermitcraft season 6, where he sold like grindy items. Oh no, that was in season 7. But I don't remember his prices, like a stack for a diamond. Or let's say 15 diamonds for a shulker box, for example. I don't know if I'm way off, but I can get 15 shulker boxes in an hour, just about. That's like pretty good. That's like nearly 4 stacks of diamonds in an hour, but I don't know how much you can actually get mining these days. I feel like it's also a lot. I haven't mined for so long. Just mine to get diamonds. There's really just no reason for you to get diamonds. It's also like, how sophisticated do you want to get with your mining methods? Do you want to make a tunnel bore, because then you can get diamonds very fast, or just mining? I have so many diamonds just from doing my perimeter project. That's where I've gotten most of my diamonds from. I have over a full chest just of diamond ore. The diamond economy has always been weird to me, especially because there's just no real use for diamonds. There's just always been diamonds for trading in servers. And like, yeah, I don't think it's gonna change. It's just so natural. I also don't know what we could change it for. Maybe like netherite. It makes sense. Okay, quite a lot of gravel we've already dug. I think I can finish like this whole bit this stream. Only been going for half an hour at this point. For all of that. Just give me a moment. Hello Metalmine, you're back. Welcome back. Still just mining gravel, nothing new here. I think this is the 5th shulker box we're filling. And 25,000 is 15 shulker boxes. So we're just about a third. Wait, no, 25. That didn't make sense what I just said. 25,000 gravel is 15 shulker boxes. I tried the new Minecraft snapshot today. First time I've been in a snapshot in a very long time. I've never really, at least not in the past few years, really kept up with Minecraft update stuff. But now that I'm really on the content grind again, I just like to be more informed in what's really going on in the Minecraft scene. That's another shulker box. So yeah, I went on the snapshot, played with the new Nautilus and the spear. Pretty cool both, I'd say. I really like the Nautilus jumping mechanic. Just very cool to get more mounts in Minecraft. We've had the horse for so many years. And then the Strider, but now we're getting a lot more, and also some that are actually useful. I wish the Elytra is just so good that you don't really have to use anything else, which honestly is a shame. That's why sometimes I really like servers and content where they don't use Elytra, though. It's such a hindrance. It's like speed walking in the Olympics. Like, why wouldn't you just run? If that makes sense. Yeah, Elytra is just so game changing. But so like Striders, you can always travel faster by Elytra. And also the Happy Ghast. I haven't really played around with it too much, but like, is it actually useful for building? I feel like it's the only use because it's very slow. But traveling is no good. So building might be the only... Oh no, it's raining. Yeah, the Happy Ghast is very slow. So for traveling it's not good. But maybe for like building, if you don't want to use scaffolding. And that's also, I feel, the thing that's good about the Nautilus, because you can basically just hover in the air and hover in the water. So if you want to do like a build in the ocean, and also you don't have to get water breathing then for the Nautilus, so you might actually see people use that for other purposes than just it being cool. Like, when people use horses, it's just because they're cool and fun to travel on. It's not because they're actually the best option. The best option for traveling in the air and will always be the Elytra, unless they add something even more but ridiculously better. Villagers. Are there more? Nope. Can it please just turn nighttime so I can sleep and get this rain away, please? So I'm very curious because it's not that big of a gain drop. I think the spears are also cool, but I'm hoping to see something else also. But yeah, I think so far it's a good game drop. I also really just like the Nautilus for like the texture. I feel like it's a really good look for the game. And also the oceans just need a bit of a re-ramp, I feel. I played around with the spear a little bit, and honestly I didn't feel like it was that strong. Also, the thing is that the mace is mostly useful for PvP, which I don't really partake in that much. Playing single player is mostly PvE, where like a bow and sword will always just be the best option, I feel. So I don't really know about the spear yet, how that will actually be used for PvP. But I do feel like it's just such a cool look, riding on a horse. You can do like jousting tournaments. Which, that's just fun. Who wouldn't want that? And another box filled. Also, I honestly don't know, is there any enchantments for the spear? I suppose you could put like sharpness on it, I think. Because when I played around with it today, I didn't have any enchantments. Yeah, that's the thing. The faster you go, the more damage, so it's a weird mechanic. It's like the same as the mace. The higher you fall from, the more damage you deal. Sword and bow is just so simple. I suppose there's also something with the bow with velocity. But sword, you just pick your opponent and they take damage. You can do crit hits, but yeah, it's a lot more complicated, the spear mechanics. So I feel like, yeah, you can probably do a lot of damage. Yeah, Elytra plus spear is good. So if you get that, like the technique of that probably, then you can probably do some like really good PvP. It'll be very interesting to just get more mechanics for PvP. More skill based. Not, that's stupid. It is already skill based, but yeah, just more unique mechanics, not just running around and tapping your opponents with the sword. So I think it's a good direction. Also a little problem, I'm playing in Minecraft 1.21.0 in this world. I haven't updated for so long, just because I'd need to update all my content making mods. Like, I use obviously the world map, I use Recam, I use replay mod. I just haven't been bothered to update the world. I still haven't got like creaking pale wood in this world. But soon I'll probably just update like and skip a bunch of versions so I get everything. I feel like I want to do videos on all this stuff that I add then, but it's just old news already. You have to move so fast with update videos. How many shovels am I gonna use? Well, this is the second one and I'm almost finished. I've got 10 shovels that I brought today. I think I'll go through like 6 of them. I should hopefully have some spare. I just tried to get more than I need. It's a bit annoying mining here at the edge of the biome. Not as efficient as the center, but I also just want to remove this whole biome. for reasons unexplainable. And why am I replacing the dirt? Don't ask. I am gonna replace that shovel. Yeah, gravel dupers. I don't dupe blocks in this world. I know about the gravel duper, but that's just a choice I've made, not to do any blocks. I do honestly quite like just the intense resource grind for the projects. I feel like it's one of the more relaxing things in Minecraft. Okay, I feel like I have finished this section. I don't want to mine all that. That'll just be a hassle. I think I'm gonna go to the other side. Let's just dump all of these shulker boxes first though. Damn. We've done a lot already. How much sand? Or gravel, I mean. 23,000. We started at 11,000, so we're halfway. Okay, let's dump these. Is that full? Yeah. Let's dump these with the full blocks. And grab some more. Hold on, just give me a moment. Okay, let's go over here and start on this bit. What has happened to the music? There we go. Sorry, the music is just glitched for me. Just need to fix it. There we go. Back to mining gravel. Is this not just top tier content? I'm half joking. Honestly, I kind of like just... This is quite relaxing. It's Minecraft ASMR. If you're into that. At this point, I'm basically just doing a podcast with background noise. That's probably a thing already, like podcast while grinding in Minecraft. That can't be a new idea. Also, what's with all these pockets of just gravel going down. This is just normal pockets that would also be in any other biome filled with gravel and the stone. This is annoying because I want to mine it. Last stream I went quite a bit over the 25,000 mark. I think I mined 35,000 gravel or nearly 40,000 at the point we finished. I'm up to 90,000 sand mined. Today I think we're gonna go for just 25,000 and end there. That's what I've got time for. And it is also quite a lot more than I need. But I feel like people are honestly enjoying just the gravel and sand mining streams. So I might do more. Yeah, I think an auto chest room it's definitely a project on my list, because right now my storage room is very disorganized and it's still in the base that I really just need a base, to be honest, with a big storage system and just somewhere central where I can do a central hub where I can do everything from. Right now I'm still operating in the jungle temple that I built in, I think, episode 3 or 4. I think it was episode 3. So that's quite a while ago. I just need to figure out how I actually want the storage system to look. Because I don't just want to build a storage system, I want to do an actual base around it. Make it interesting in some way. Yeah, the ChatGPT house. It was, when I started the project, it was supposed to be like my new mega base, but the treehouse just doesn't work that well for a base. There isn't too much space. I would need to, maybe I should do like a massive cave, lush cave under the tree, and build a storage system in there. That could be kind of cool. With the tree root system and such. This is just gonna be a giant stone biome when we're finished. Almost another shulker box completely filled. I think that's number 8 or 9 at this point. I'm losing track. We need to go to 15. And that's one more filled. Honestly, this is like a third of the biome we've done just today. I thought that was a lot. Like when I did that. I think I'm gonna have to find a new gravel biome soon. And this was like one of the biggest gravel biomes there was in quite a big area. It is quite far away. What do I think of Minecraft mini updates? I think it's cool that they add updates more frequently, because yeah, sometimes you can just wait so long for Minecraft drop, but it is also, I feel like it's hard to keep track of sometimes. Like I don't really know a lot about the Copper Age, because it just, I feel like I don't have time to process everything that comes in an update. Sometimes we get the Happy Gas, I haven't explored the Happy Gas properly yet, but we've already got the Copper Age. So yeah, sometimes I feel like we just don't get enough time between updates, but I won't say it's a bad thing, because who doesn't like more updates? But also just like the giant themed updates. Like the aquatic update. Hard to beat. So I think a good mix of both is probably the right direction to go. Like a lot of mini updates, but then also sometimes a giant update. I'd like to see the end update. Honestly, I just like more biomes. Like cool, unique biomes. Yeah, the end update. That would be great to see. It's just been neglected far too long, the end. I want to have a reason for coming there. Like I go in the Nether so often, and there's so many cool blocks to get in the Nether. So many farms. But the end, like the only reason I go to the end is just shulker boxes. Killing the dragon, getting an elytra, and then coming back now and then just for shulker boxes. So I'd love to see like a big update. And just more biomes. Imagine like an oasis biome. I feel like people take some biomes for granted, like the Mesa, for example. I remember back when the Mesa biome was added. Now it's just a cool biome. Just adds a lot of variety going through the Minecraft terrain, especially now with the caves and cliffs. Like that's made such a difference traveling. There's just more biomes, like oasis biome. Yeah, mangrove swamp as well. I want all the biomes that lost in the biome votes to be added. Yeah, there really needs to be something unique about the Mesa, I feel like, as well. A mob. You're right. It doesn't need to be much, just something that makes it unique, like ice biomes have strays, and deserts have husk. Isn't that what they're called? It would be cool to have like maybe some kind of mine shaft workers in the mesas, in the abandoned, because obviously mesas have so many abandoned mine shafts, like gold digger zombies. Gold digger is also a different term, but like genuine, real gold diggers. People that dig for gold. Miner zombies. In all of the abandoned mine shafts. Just flinging out ideas. I'm not sure how I feel about all the variations to just normal mobs. Because obviously it's a really easy way to add more stuff. With husks, for example, just a different variation to the zombie. And strays for skeletons. And then they've also added different, like chickens, cows and pigs now for different biomes. It's just like such an easy update to make, but I do feel like it adds quite a bit. They need snakes, savanna zebra, I can't say that. That's weird. Zebra. Lions, giraffes. Yeah, I feel like unique mobs. Like, give us a reason to come to the savannah. Instead of it just being, ooh, there's a savannah that's different trees and different grass color. Some unique mobs would be cool. But that's really also the problem. I feel like if you add unique mobs, you need to give them a function. Otherwise you just get too many random mobs. You need to give us a reason to interact with them. Like cows drop leather. That's a pretty crucial job for item frames, for example. Chickens give feathers. But then you get to some mobs like pigs. Don't really give anything other than just food. So if you just add too many different mobs, then you lose their purpose at some point. So that's also something you need to be careful about. But yeah, I would love to see just... I feel like you don't have to go overboard, like... I know there's some mods that just add so many mobs. For example, the polar bears in Minecraft. What does a polar bear do? You see it and it just doesn't add that much to the game. So you need to be careful just adding too many mobs. So there aren't just a lot of mobs around with no purpose, but maybe at least like one mob for each biome. That's a bit unique. You could have like, yeah, snake in a mesa. And then a zebra in the savannah. Would just be a good balance, I think. That's another section done. Does this even look like a gravel biome anymore? We've done so much. Let's see. 28,000. What did I say we need? 36,000? Yeah. So 8,000 more. Now let's just start on this section. Yeah, update ideas are hardly the problem for Minecraft. There's so much you can add. But again, I also feel like you don't want to add too much because, for example, I really haven't explored the Happy Ghast. I don't know. You also got to give time for players to play with the update. Like if you really just want 15 new mobs, there's always mods that can do that. I'm just trying to make a little outline here of the biome, so it's gonna be easier for me in a little bit when I don't have to think about going into the dirt. Let's dig out this part. Thank you for reminding me, honestly. This shovel, we need to be careful not to break the shovel. I got a little bit more use of it. I don't want to break another shovel. Also, I'm running out of space in the shulker boxes. I need to go collect some more in just a bit. Let's just fill this up. Honestly, shovels, they're quite durable. Just tools, you can use them for so long. I think this is the third shovel in basically 20,000 gravel. Let's sleep. Alright, that's filled. Then let's go get some more shulker boxes. And these are all filled, right? No, that's one isn't. What is this? That's 10 shulker boxes, which means we got 5 more to go. Where are my shulker boxes? I swear I brought more than this. Where have all my shulker boxes gone? Okay, well, let's build these 4. I need to go back in the stream because this is a mystery. Where did my shulker boxes go? I might just be stupid. We've basically destroyed not half, but like, is that also gravel? Yeah, okay. Maybe like a third of this entire biome. That's quite a lot. One thing I feel about like my Minecraft playing is that I just get distracted easily. Each time I start to do something, I I always do something else while when streaming. I'm dead set right now. I'm just mining gravel. So I'm really productive. And we've mined a lot of gravel, is what I'm trying to say. What are your favorite YouTubers? Well, I watch a lot of different YouTube. Let's say my favorite Minecraft YouTubers. I really like... I don't watch that much, to be honest, but I do like Hermitcraft. I like the good old classic YouTubers like Grian and Mumbo Jumbo. And also one of my big inspirations is Fwip, with his hardcore series and his live streams. And also just his building style. I feel like he's one of my favorite builders. I've been watching him for many years now, so I say some of the Hermitcraft guys and then Fwip. Yeah, I do watch like a lot of people, but there aren't a lot coming to mind right now. Wembu and Flamefrax, honestly I don't know them. I'm not as into the Minecraft scene as you might think for a Minecraft YouTuber. I just watch the same YouTubers that I've been watching for so many years. With a bit of new additions, like I like Recrep 2. I just like his relaxed style videos. But Wembu and Flamefrax, I'll check them out after the stream. They're very good, alright, well, I will check them out then. Maybe I can even get some inspiration for my own videos. Oops, that was not a block. Okay, we're all done with this section. I need to go there, I think. Little lava lake. How much gravel have we mined? 30,700. The SMP servers, SMP YouTubers. Yeah, the only SMP I really watch is Hermitcraft. Just been watching that for like literally the last 10 years. But I do like SMP content. I've switched my method of mining. Before I did like organized rows, and I'm just sweeping around everywhere. I feel like this is faster, to be honest. You would think once you reach insta mining that you've reached the highest speed, but there's honestly a lot of technique to it. Also collecting the blocks. If you're not careful, you can leave a lot of blocks behind. Which I'm not just trying to break blocks, I'm trying to collect them. And that's another shulker box. And is it just me, or are we going faster? I feel like I'm speeding up. This never-ending sea of gravel. I can just keep digging forever. 12-hour stream digging gravel when? If you wanna see a 12-hour stream digging gravel, like the stream. If you enjoyed the stream, like the stream. That actually helps me out a lot. I need to mention that more often. I see more people in here than I see likes. How big is this biome actually? Yeah, this is a massive gravel biome. That was why I chose it. It's just, this entire biome is just gravel biome. So even though I've done quite a bit, I don't think we're gonna run out of gravel biome basically. This is a massive biome. I don't like these steep inclines. It's so much easier to collect when it's just flat. One hour 15 minutes streamed now. Also the first like 5 minutes we weren't digging gravel, so just 1 hour 10 minutes digging gravel, and we've done just like 21,000. So like 17,000 gravel an hour. That's the rates we're doing. Not bad, to be honest. The thing about this method of digging gravel, I feel like some people would get a bit like nauseated watching this because I'm moving around so much. This just feels so much more controlled and relaxed. Instead of the sporadic movement of the other way. What can I collect next? Now I've done a stream collecting sand. I've done a stream, or I'm doing a stream, soon to be done, collecting gravel. What's the next resource we need to grind on stream? Digging dirt? I feel like that just doesn't hit as hard as gravel and sand. Digging stone? Digging 25,000 stone. Should I make this a series? A stream collecting concrete. That's basically what I'm doing now. Sand and gravel. What are blocks you can... Maybe 25,000 terracotta. That's like a block you can mine a lot of. And that you actually use. Also, just gonna do a bit of shameless self-promotion. If anyone watching is interested, I've got a Discord link in description. If you want to get notified and updated on these live streams and videos, you can join that. Because unfortunately, I don't have a stream schedule. I try to have an upload schedule, but I'm not that consistent. I just don't have enough time currently to really commit to a real streaming schedule. Maybe at some point in the future. But right now I'm just streaming when I got the free time. I could do a stream with the concrete, just not just making the concrete from concrete powder to concrete. That sounds like the most boring stream. Even more boring than collecting gravel. Ah, this isn't boring. This is peak content. There's a lava lake. Also, we are uncovering some emeralds. Thank you for reminding me about the shovels, honestly. It's got a little bit more to go, but I did break a shovel last stream. It's just, like, it isn't that big of a deal. I can make shovels pretty quickly. I've got villagers. I just don't want to break my shovels. It's just annoying. Let's change. After stream I need to go back to the Guardian farm and repair all of these shovels. Let's see, how much are we at? 35,000. We are nearly there. Nearly at the 25,000 mark. In under 1.5 hours. Not too bad. we need to finish the trilogy. Collecting 25,000 sand. Now collecting 25,000 gravel. Then collecting 25,000 dirt. It's the natural conclusion. Absolute cinema. We've also made quite the dent over here already. This is starting to look more like the stony mountains instead of, or the stony hills instead of the gravel hills. What is the biome actually called? Windswept gravelly hills, more like windswept stony hills. Because there's gonna be no gravel left once I'm finished. It'll probably take me like a year to use up all of this gravel. This is more gravel than I've ever used in this world. So why am I doing it? It's an interesting use of free will, this is. Mining. Just a lot of gravel. This is just dopamine to the brain. Mining gravel. It's very satisfying. I almost don't want to stop. I'm almost at the 25,000 mark. I could just keep going. Unfortunately, I can't. I have obligations I need to do. I do believe 11,307 is where we started. We've got 36,000 now. That is 25,000. Just for good measure, I'm gonna fill this last shulker box. Which... oh. Just did. Let's have a look at all this gravel we collected. All of these shulker boxes completely filled to the brim with gravel. That's 14 shulker boxes for you. That is way more than I'm gonna need. But now I've got it. And I think that's where I'm gonna end tonight. 1.5 hour stream to collect 25,000 gravel. That's how long it takes. We answered that question. I'll probably do some more streaming this weekend, starting on the next video, starting the building process for that, building the giant castle, and maybe collecting some more resources, because if we take a look here, it's quite resource extensive. Yeah, we need a lot of Prismarine. So if you want to watch that, hop into the Discord and I'll keep everyone updated on when we're gonna be streaming. But with that said, it's been a fun stream. Thanks for stopping by tonight. Have a good one.